Hey guys, this is JB3 and we are back with another episode of FIFA 20 Career Mode Youth Edition featuring Scunthorpe United. And we've done it, we've got ourselves up the leagues into League 1. So what we'll do here is we will get into the off season. We've got some scouts coming back. We'll go over some of the stats for some of the players. We'll look at some of the other competitions and we'll look to see who we'll take on in League 1. So let's get into this one first with a monthly scouting report. So we're here our second month in Poland, and it's brought back some decent players. Nothing that we're real excited about except for one player, Lukasz Zajac, 68 to 94, 50 to 68 overall. Looks like he's probably a pretty good cam by taking a look at it. Looks like maybe he could have some pace to him, so we'll bring him into the youth academy. And it's our second month in South Africa, and it's brought back some pretty decent talent. We'll hold on some of them just to find out maybe where their overalls will go because we still have a pretty wide range. But, some decent talent that should come back in the final month, but we'll hold for now. And we have our second month here in Chile, and it's got some pretty good talent. Probably the best of them is Ismael Gerardo, 75 to 94, 54 to 68. We could probably bring him in, but he's only 15, so want to hold on for that. And then we'll see what happens in the final month. So we'll get in and take a look at some of the stats here, and it is George Wood running away with the golden boot. Probably our first golden boot, even I don't think we had one in Scunthorpe, in Morecambe FC. So George Wood gets our very first golden boot. It's 29 goals in 40 matches, and just behind him is Huang with 20 goals and 46. I think Conceição might be on here. He is in 17th, 13 goals, 42 matches. An unbelievable year just from those three players. Also take a look at the assists. It's Conceição with 18, 42 matches. Wood with 11 and 40, and I don't know, do we have anyone? We do. Manelik with 7, Wang with 7. So, you can see most of our offense coming right up the middle of the field. And then we have our clean sheets, and it's Cesaric who had 10 clean sheets. So, maybe a player we should have held on to. Who knows? Vasquez gets 8 clean sheets on 19 matches, although he did play a lot of the lower level teams. Ennis didn't really get in there, and Yijit, I don't know if he had that many clean sheets. He did, only 5 and 22, so, maybe a good little battle here between Vasquez and Yijit. Let's get in and take a look at the team stats. So obviously we saw the goals there from George Wood, Wang, and Conceição, and really not much from everyone else. Rogerson had 3, Henry had 3, and Manelik had 2. Everyone else just really not much offense to speak of from the rest of the team. Obviously, we saw the assist as well. Bailey with 6. So, even though he didn't score, he did have quite an influence on the team with 6 assists and the 1 goal. Cordoba, same thing. They're more of assist type players. They're more about getting crosses into the box and setting us up that way. Guzman actually ended up with 2 and 5. We'll take a look at the clean sheets, see if the goalkeepers did. We saw Vasquez and Yijit. I don't know if Ennis did. He only played 5 games and had 2 clean sheets. Again, not bad. They played a lot of the cup games. So, that will do it for us here. We'll also try and post on Twitter as well, and I'll see if I can post it somewhere else, maybe the season stats or career stats for some of these players. This way you can kind of see how they're going along in all the different competitions and over their long career here with Scunthorpe United. So we'll take a look at some of the other competitions. It's Man City narrowly beating out Liverpool 3-2 for the FA Cup. And we'll take a look at the Carabao Cup, which we did not win. So it's Liverpool taking that competition over Aston Villa 3-0. We'll take a look at the Leasing.com trophy, and Luton Town ends up winning it. It's 1-0 over Barnsley. So another cup competition. We'll have to try and do maybe a little bit better in the years to come in those as we get a little bit deeper, but it's Barcelona taking the Champions League 2-1 over Liverpool. Liverpool doing real well. Made it to the finals in 3 cups. That's not too shabby for a season there. We'll take a look, and it is Valencia taking the Europa League over Chelsea. I think they might have won it last year, Chelsea. I can't remember it. Maybe Pulisic got a trophy in there somewhere for Chelsea, but who knows? That'll do it. Let's take a look at some of the other leagues here in England. So we'll start here, and again, the Premier League is overpowered by the top two, Man City and Liverpool. Liverpool takes it on 102 points. Man City just missing out on 101. Tottenham somehow does 93 points and sees themselves do pretty well. We'll take a look at the bottom. It's Stoke City back to the championship again on only 5 points on 5 separate draws. So, we saw them do really well, probably 90 or 100 points in the championship last year and then bomb out here in the Premier League. Fulham charging up there. We saw them with a record 125 last year in points, and now they're 21, so at the bottom of the Premier League. Let's move on and take a look at that championship table. I'll see what it looks like. It's Aston Villa running away, 127 points. Unbelievable. Only one loss, the 4 draws. It is going to be impossible to win a league. 5 teams on 90 points. I am not excited to get into the championship here with some of these teams. We'll have to see how they do. It's Lincoln City, Charlton Athletic, and Queen's Park Rangers all, I believe, getting relegated. I believe it's the last 3 spots. And I believe we'll face them in League One. It's Barnsley taking it. So this is where we need to take a look at it. It's 7 teams on 90 points. So that will be the goal for next year. We'd love to get another playoff position. So 90 points. I mean, a big separation though. You have 7 teams on 90 points and the rest on 60. So kind of an interesting looking table here. We'll take a look. It's Oldham Athletic, Accrington Stanley, and Swindon Town all headed back down to League 2. So as we get into the new season, we'll take a look at the board objectives. They want us to sell players for $15 million, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we'll do our best to try and do that in 2 seasons. We also have brand exposure, which should be pretty easy. Within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders by 10%. Hopefully we'll do well enough. And then we need to gain automatic promotion, but a low priority, so that's good to hear. And then obviously get out of the FA Cup into the round of 32, and then a profit margin of 10 million. So we're going to have to sell on some players to hopefully keep our job, as our manager rating struggling right now at a 42. And we'll quickly run through a squad report. I realized I forgot to do it before the end of the season, so you can't see the growth, but we will look at the new potentials, as a lot of them have changed. It's Awazi up to potential to be special as 71 overall now. Yijit potential to be special as 70 overall. Conceição showing great potential, now actually has some sort of potential at a 70 overall. George Wood also showing great potential after last season, a 69 overall. Oscar Jackson, a potential to be special, so an increase for him as well, 69 overall. Cordoba showing great potential, 68 overall. Manelik, a 68 overall, showing great potential. Patrick Ennis, potential to be special, a 68 overall. Young Soo Hong, a 67 overall, an exciting prospect. Wang, showing great potential, 67 overall. Alan Vick, a 67 overall, showing great potential. Dylan Bailey showing great potential, a 67 overall. Henry, a 67 overall with no potential. Rinaldi, no potential, a 66 overall. Vasquez, a 66 overall, showing great potential. Okora showing great potential, a 65 overall. Sampras, a 65 overall with no potential. Nasser showing great potential, 64 overall. Guzman, a 64 overall with no potential. Rodriguez, no potential, a 62 overall. Henriquez, a 61 overall with showing great potential. Rogerson, no potential, 61 overall. Shagari, a 60 overall, showing great potential. Vergara showing great potential, a 60 overall. Batter, a 59 overall. Christian Lopez, 59 overall. Valle, 57. Solomon, a 56 overall. And Teixeira, a 56 overall. So we'll get into our opening matchup here in the preseason cup. Let's see how we do. We go down 2-1 and Yijit picks up an injury. So we'll get back into our next game. Yijit back in net, only a strained back, so he's in net, and we go 1-1. So we have our final month here in Poland, and we'll take a look at it. Not much to be desired here. Real low overalls. Probably the best of the bunch. Not really anything I'm looking to bring in. No great potentials, no great overalls, so we'll move on here in Poland. And our final month here in South Africa, we'll see what it has. We will bring in Tiese, and we'll see if we have anyone else. Kampa will bring in as well, so some decent potential here in South Africa. And the final one will be Zahoma, probably the best of the bunch. Those three will bring in and fill out our academy. And we need to make some space here for the new players, so we'll go through here, maybe see if we can get some of these players out on loan. We will let go of William Eriksson. We have some decent left backs and need to find some space here. We'll bring in Victor Jansen just to probably just try and sell him on, in honesty. His potential is not great. His overall is good, but hopefully we can make some money off of him and see if we can create some funds just to really make the board happy. We'll let go of Tlumi. His overall is pretty good, but low potential. Actually, you know what? We'll bring him in and try and sell him as well and see what he has. We have Zajac, who we brought in from Poland. Looks to be a good player. 62 overall, 68 to 94. Looks to be a decent can. So we'll hold on there for him. Segura, we will bring in 60 overall, left midfielder from Mexico. And who else can we just really empty out this academy a little bit? We'll bring in Arnen Goosens as well, 62 overall. And we'll bring in, we'll hold on Hugh Davies, see if we can get him up to a 60 overall. And you know what, we'll bring in, we'll bring in Hugh Davies. 59 overall, we could do with another central defensive midfielder. So we're here in Chile, and it's really only brought back one player that we're going to take a look at, and it is Augustin Soria, 52 to 64 overall, 80 to 94 potential. So we'll send our scouts back out. It will be to Russia, Colombia, and the Czech Republic for any. And we'll finish here in our final round of the preseason cup, and it's a 1-0 loss and definitely out of it here in the preseason cup.
So Telmo Rodriguez will be loaned out for a 1-year loan. He will be out, and he doesn't have any real potential right now, so we'll see if he can grow, maybe come back and have that potential change. So while we get ready for the season here, we're going to just take a look at some of the other team sheets, just so you guys can kind of see where we are. Got Bristol Rovers on 1, Charlton Athletic on 3 stars. Kind of everyone floats in between that 2 and 3 stars, some even a 1.5. So, there's a good mixture of teams, but I think we should be able to hit a mid-table or even like a playoff promotion area, because we are 2.5 stars. You can see here, most of the teams are right around 2. So we are probably better than most teams here. So, that's kind of where we stack up as far as everything goes. We're definitely going to improve. We have the training, we have more youth academy players coming in. So definitely should see ourselves at least shooting for a playoff spot here as we get the season underway. So we'll get the season underway here, and it will be in July the 31st. That will be the game for next episode to get us started. It's a tough one. Charlton Athletic, as we just saw, one of the better teams here in League One, should be shooting for automatic promotion, you'd think, but we'll see how it goes. That does it for us here in this one. We're ready for the season, our first year here in League One. Let's see if we can get ourselves promoted again, maybe into a playoff position. But that does it for us. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can always find out when the newest episodes are coming out. And until next time, have a good one.